Hey guys, this is Alexis P. Suter, and you're listening to Rock On Radio, baby. You better rock on, Danny.
Ay.
What? What?
We did not have these
What?
problems with this thing the other night. Everything just connected and it went smooth as silk.
It is, Sunday. So.
Although, how smooth really is silk?
Maybe it's the plate in my head that's giving you.
Think so?
He's interfering.
We'll have to. Well, we could ask the.
You need
Well,
more
he-
tinfoil.
It's a tinfoil under his hat.
We need to ask John. John, you had the whole plastic in the grocery store thing down pretty pat. What do you think the issue is here technically?
Well, cowbell.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
We're old and in the middle of nowhere. I'll take both of those.
After a tornado.
We saw the tornado on the picture.
There you go. All right, welcome to Rock On Radio. I am Danny Coleman. Producer Claire is here. Madison is not. She made that quite clear that she would not be attending.
It's okay.
Yeah, she's out.
Well, just for today.
We're done with Madison.
No, we're not. Speak for yourself.
Every time I try to
Do
get.
you see how outnumbered I am? I need Madison.
How's that feel?
You're
I'm
never-
outnumbered every
you are-
week.
Never. When are you outnumbered? Well, just for me and yeah.
You and Madison are here, and we have one male guest. What does that mean?
You're equal. You're not outnumbered.
What if we have a female guest?
All right, maybe. Rarely.
What do you mean, maybe?
Rarely are we do we outnumber you.
Outnumbered.
12 o'clock, Fox News.
Yeah. Fox News show. That's right.
Okay.
And there you have it. Thank you for listening. That's a bone of contention with one of our recent guests, Fox News.
All right, well, let's move on.
See? And our producer, apparently. So we Rock On Radio is brought to you by
What are the rules of the game?
O'Connor's American Bar and Grill of East Hampton, Mount Holly, New Jersey. They are the official caterers of Rock On Radio. You know that food you eat at the Christmas party? That's,
man.
That's O'Connor's
All good
American
stuff.
Bar
Yeah,
and
good
Grill.
stuff.
Lillipie's of Princeton, the official dessert provider of Rock On Radio, is located at 301 North Harrison Street inside the Princeton Shopping Center. Lillipie's of Princeton, they just celebrated their 10th anniversary.
They did.
I think,
I posted it out there.
yes,
on
you
our-
did
Mhm.
recently. They did that.
Last weekend, I think.
Mhm. Phoenix.
Back in
Yeah,
July.
get with the program here. Phoenix Art Supply and Framing. They are in Doylestown, Pennsylvania on Southeastern Road, otherwise known as Route 611. Jenny Schaefer has been providing quality art supplies and fantastic framework for more than 41 years.
She actually
That's-
just had an art competition
She did?
Mm-hmm.
How come we
Last-
were not privy to
last
this?
month. I don't know. I saw it after the fact. So people submitted 5x7s painting, and they had a little competition thing.
I would have entered had I known.
Would you have though?
They don't take paint by number.
Thumbprint. Well, it looks like a thumbprint on black thumbprint on white background.
There was just today.
Male DNA.
Claire and I were. She was up at her
Compound in the north.
at the commune in the north. Yes, the Lake House community, and so we met in the middle in Lambertville, which is also only about 10, 15 minutes down the road. And we went to Mass this morning. And on my way there, now I totally forget where I was going with this. What were we talking about?
Paint by
before that?
numbers.
Paint by numbers,
There
thank you.
go. I'll bring you right back. Don't
yes,
worry.
sir.
I got
you
you.
the man. So
I got you.
afterwards,
Usually I got him, but I was a little lost too. So
so after Mass, we went around we were going to leave her car in the public parking area, but I drove past it.
Twice.
And there's a store on the right. You see, it said Five and Dime, the one that was on the right on the
No,
corner.
I was too busy looking for the parking lot that we
well,
missed.
at the top of that
now it's all
third,
comes to clear.
third floor art studio is owned by a woman by the name of Kelly Sullivan, and she does fingerprinting or finger painting.
Finger painting. Okay.
Finger
That's a
painting.
fine
No,
line.
that's the
With
that's-
your finger.
That was last night. The finger printing, finger painting with rock stars. So, like, she's got a finger painting by Mick Jagger. She's got finger paintings by Springsteen. And she goes and lets them,
Wow, that's very cool.
and it's really
Are
cool.
they any good?
They actually look like you know
What does she
regular
co-
visual art. I mean, they don't look like somebody like some
Does she coach them? Like,
kindergarten.
How do they know?
Yeah, she
Oh.
you know.
Put white here. Put blue here.
No, she gives them that kind of artistic freedom, but she shows them, you know, the different various
Ways to do it.
to do it. Correct.
Happy trees.
So
Yes.
yes.
Van Dyke Brown.
So that's when finger painting is cool, unless you're in like kindergarten. Then it's always cool.
That's always cool.
Or
As long as you don't eat the paint.
or you're a 63-year-old man
paste.
who's had
Remember
enough.
the
Paste. Eat the paste.
On a
Yeah,
popsicle
paste.
stick.
That's right.
Paste on a
Don't eat the
popsicle.
paste.
Don't eat the paste.
That's right.
Our children will never know the glories of
But it
paste.
smelled so good, that
It
stuff.
did. It did. Absolutely.
Phoenix Art Supply.
Do they sell any of that at Phoenix Art Supply?
Paste, I'm sure.
They might.
I'll have to get some.
Retro.
You have to get some.
retro paste.
The old Xerox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the ditto paper. Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Purple paper.
That was
Purple
our
paper.
equivalent of snipping glue.
Mimeograph is what that was
Paper.
called.
Cha-chung,
Yeah.
cha-chung, cha-chung, cha-chung.
Wow.
Ooh,
Nothing like a
nostalgia.
drum of poison.
That's the Wayback Machine.
Yeah. Brought to you by.
Brought to you by Geritol.
Code 3 Animal Rescue Transport.
Wow.
And they have a website, which is what, Claire?
Because you can't remember that one. Code3rescue.org.
Yeah, code3rescue.org.
You'll get that next week. You'll get that by next week.
Yeah, maybe. They take animals and transport them places.
Well, they rescue them. So they take
They
them
rescue them from
from
what?
one-
Drowning in the river? I mean, what?
just being on the streets all over the country, and mostly on the East Coast, and then they bring it up here, and there's a lot more rescues up here, and then a lot more people rescue up here, and you could foster and you can adopt. So from one of those rescues that they are affiliated with.
Maybe I'll start a rescue
What for
instead of
a
animal.
radio show host?
Instead of animal
Lonely musicians?
It's like Uber.
A rescue for the lonely musician.
for the homeless.
It's like Uber.
I'll rescue homeless off the streets instead of
Clever
dogs.
son, wayward son.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. That was all right.
Right up your alley.
Danny Coleman, Dog on Radio.
On radio.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Code 3 Animal Rescue Transport. And what the heck did you just say the website is?
Code3rescue.org.
There you go. And check them out. They do great work. Husky House and what else?
A lot of different rescues around
Okay.
there.
Yeah, it's all
Area.
on that website. Okay. Sinister Footwear, sinisterfw.com. If you go there and buy any of the wild, crazy socks that Tina sells and then use the promo code DCR Socks at checkout, you'll get 10% off your purchase. Sinister Footwear, sinisterfw.com. Now, hold on, men. You ready for this one? The Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation. Go to jsjbf.org and you can see what they're into. You'll probably see nothing today because most of them are here at the moment. So I'm not sure what they're doing.
Well,
but,
they're responsible for all this. So.
but we will be emceeing the Long Branch Jazz and Blues Festival, which is the Great Lawn on what? Pier 9, 10? What is it?
I don't know.
Great lawn.
That's
Pier,
why I
Pier
got,
1, I think, was
that's
where
why
it
I
was.
got lost that one
Where you
year.
got your patchouli.
It's the same side of the street as Rooney's Restaurant. So if you know where that's at,
Make a left.
it's on the same side.
We got to get into the parking
Come out
lot.
of Rooney's, you make a left.
No,
It's right there on the lawn.
you'd make a right out of Rooney's.
You're in the water.
Either way, you're there.
Just listen for the music and
Because
follow
when you
it.
sit in the tent, and when we sit in the tent and scavenge the hoagies and whatever else is left,
You're facing the water.
you're facing. Yes, you're facing the water. Well, depending on which way you're sitting. But if you're facing the parking lot, you're facing Rooney's.
That's right. So
Just
behind
listen
you,
to the music and follow it.
that's
I
it.
just show up, people.
Just show up.
It's beautiful.
all we
You
have to
can't miss us.
Connect the dots on this later on.
We'll debate this
And
topic.
actually, it's only in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
August 29th.
Saturday.
Correct. Now I forget where. Oh, Tyndall Road Brewing. They are the official beer provider of Rock On Radio. They are at 102 Farnsworth Avenue in Bordentown City, New Jersey. Go in, ask for Danny's Pick, and there may or may not be any left by this point. But if you
True.
do go in, ask for Danny's Pick, and they will hand you, as of today, a lovely chocolate peanut butter porter called PB Crack. That is Danny's Pick at Tyndall Road Brewing, 102 Farnsworth Avenue. New Jersey Stage Magazine. Go to newjerseystage.com for the finest in arts and entertainment in, around, and just beyond the Garden State. newjerseystage.com. AsburyParkVibes.com. If you are a band, a solo artist, realtor, or anybody who needs a photographer, headshots, live video, or pictures of your band, website bio, press release, go to AsburyParkVibes.com. Make sure you tell Diane that I sent you. You heard about it here on Rock On Radio. Okay. Dee Dee's Lights. Dee Dee is the official chandler of Rock On Radio. She makes all the candles that we put in all our gift bags and charitable donations. DeeDeesLights.com. That's DeeDees lights.com. Who am I forgetting? Oh, yeah, here. That's right. We are in the 2-track studios of Deko Entertainment. You can find out more about Deko and their array of fine artists at DecoEntertainment.com. How can they find out about us, Claire?
You go to DCROR.com, which is the short link for Danny Coleman's RockOnRadio.com.
Correct. Facebook, Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2. That would be the number 2. Instagram, at Rock On Radio. All one word and all capital letters. And we have guests today.
We do?
Yes, we
Oh.
do.
Just a few.
5 of them. 5 of them have taken over the 2-track studios
true.
of
A whole
Deko
lot.
Entertainment.
That's right.
I'm not sure why. I forget why they're here, but we're going to find out.
Because they're a band.
Well, they are a band, but they have things. They have things going on. So we're going to
We'll
find out what they are. They are a mashup.
Because last time they've come separately. This is the
They've
first time they've
arrived
come
separately.
all together.
Yep, and now they're all together. Please welcome the Working Dogs.
Formerly known as.
All right, who's first? All right, well, wait a minute. I'll tell you what. Let's just go right around the room. Go ahead. Introduce yourselves.
I'm introducing myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to do it?
I thought you were the host.
I have no desire to host. You're first. We have.
We have Wayne Kessler.
We have Paul Iannazzato.
Pete Giordano.
Jack Pick.
John DeMarco.
There you go. And you guys are now
We
the
are
working
dogs.
Working dogs.
Woof.
And which is, you guys are mashed up through the
Fish-Eyed
demise
Blues.
of Fish-Eyed Blues and Jump
Jump
Back,
Back.
two of my favorite local blues bands. And I don't know, who's first, man? Who wants to talk first? You tell me. How'd this come about?
Who wants to tell that story?
Well, how it came about, basically, guitar player from Fish-Eye Blues had passed, and we played our last show as a tribute to him and our CD release party. And these 3 gentlemen, Jack, John, and Wayne, were at the club. And at the end of the show, they had approached me and asked if I'd be interested in doing something with Jump Back, being that they were reforming as well. So I spoke to Pete, and here we are.
Yay.
There you go. And you are now working.
We are now
dogs.
working dogs.
Very easy too.
Excellent.
It was very easy.
Go ahead, Jack. What do you mean very easy?
Yeah. So the jump back group was together for like we were pushing almost 10 years.
I think.
You know what? And you know when things run their course, I was at like, okay, I'm done, guys. I gotta do something else. And unfortunately, it was after we'd known Jeff and we had known Fisheye Blues as well. You know, they're comrades of us. So, and then I think John had posted on the media that Jump Back is no longer blah blah blah, and then it just happened to come together then, like that.
Transition was very, very
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Very
So
easy.
when Paul and I discussed it, it was around the holiday last year. So what had happened was, you know, Paul had spoken to the guys and he came to me and I said, well, let's get together and talk. So we went out to dinner one night, the five of us, and we just talked. And at one point I said, that's great. We all get along, but let's play. So we threw a list of like 7 or 8 tunes together, original songs from both bands, a couple of cover things that Jack's tired of playing all the time. but we got together in the studio and we just played. And it was like we played together for a long time. It was just it really came together very quickly.
Yeah.
And coming from different places, right? They were able to really hone in on the Fisheye Blue stuff, and we were able to get the jump back stuff down, and it just kind of morphed into this, and that's where we are now. I mean, it was a real easy transition to be able to pull it all together.
Now, as I recall, Pete, when you were here with Paul, right before the CD release party, which was your release and goodbye at the same time,
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was you said, but it was something along the lines of when you joined Fisheye Blues, it was as soon as you sat down, you knew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You knew.
That's right.
That that was where you needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're with these guys. I can't imagine it being much different.
No, it was the same way. I mean, like it was just very natural sitting down playing. Maybe it was because Paul was with me, so there was that. Maybe if I went in by myself, it would be a little bit awkward. Sometimes when you walk into a situation, it could be a little awkward. But I just think that, you know, we got together. Everybody was on the same page just from talking beforehand, right? Just from speaking as a group together. We come from the same type of place and we joked around and the background is the same. So it was a very easy from a friendly transition, right? So you that's the biggest thing because this is a marriage, right?
We actually laugh. We laugh.
Yeah,
in the
Yeah, we
studio.
have a
yeah.
time.
It's
When we
it's
rehearse,
like
we laugh.
really, people don't realize when you play in a band, it's a marriage of however many guys are in that band, and you have to be able to manage everybody's
5 different
egos, personalities, everything. But the thing is, it was very natural, came together really quickly, and we just hit the ground running.
You know, it's what's kind of odd is when I was a UPS driver, I used to deliver the arena in Trenton, and they had a hockey team, and their second or third coach, I can't remember, his name was Troy something or other, but he was the assistant bench coach for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and he had won a cup with the Penguins as the coach and maybe even as a player, I'm not sure. But at that time, he had Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr and Paul Coffey, and And I said, "What do you coach players like that? I mean, they know what they're winning." He said, "At that level, with them guys, you don't coach. It's all ego management."
Sure.
That's what it is.
And a band is very similar to that. See, I was very fortunate because I used to take lunch at the arena, so every now and then I go down and just sit with the coach for an hour and talk hockey,
Okay.
But, and bands are very similar. You got to manage the personalities.
Well, so this is interesting about both these bands, is that the foundations of the bands were similar. We are people who believe that if we're going to present the show, that we should do the best that we can, and that just doesn't mean assembling a half an hour before the show. So we've been, dutifully at the studio, in our rehearsal studio for the last 8 months or 9 months. But you can start from a foundation, and if you have a solid foundation, you can build almost anything. And everybody gets along. It's a very, very cool thing. It's really
Now,
good.
and now you as the bass player, John, how do you mesh with Pete? Now, I know you aren't going to sit here and say we suck. I mean, you know, well,
This is easy for me. This is Captain Kangaroo. He has the biggest pockets in the world, so it's perfect.
okay.
Just let Pete drive the bus, right,
That's
Pete?
it. That's it. Let me drive the bus.
Yeah, but now, Paul, you and Wayne aren't going to escape this because you were both the respective frontmen in each of your bands. So how's this working out? Is there a
out
lot of
fine.
duct tape
There's
involved in
not
this? or-
No, it worked out
There's
great.
no ego. That's
So-
what. There's just no ego problems here. Everybody is the same.
So so
We
the
share the spotlight when we need
when
to.
we need to.
You know, it's your turn to shine. It's your turn to shine. And if Wayne jumps in on vocals with me, more than welcome to.
Well, you were the
You know?
vocalist for Fisheye Blues,
Yes.
right? And now, but Wayne, you play guitar, and you were the vocalist, and you play harmonica. So I can see where the guitar and the harmonica will fit. But do you take turns on singing lead, or
I'm
you
not
Most of the
really,
lead
no.
singing, and Wayne
Yeah.
and Jack are both, doing a song here and there.
Yeah,
But,
we're all singing back in
but the
vocals.
majority of the vocals are,
It's Paul.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah, it's
That I-
great.
It's great
Listen,
to have
I
a
sang
frontman.
I sang half of the jump back tunes as well,
Right.
and it's a lot of work.
Yep.
Singing, and I got to change sounds on the guitar 3 times in the song, and then Jesus, I don't even remember the words. And
Yeah.
it's like so. I feel like I'm on a vacay right now. It's
great,
like I can
Val.
concentrate on my guitar work and playing.
That's exactly right. And I think the other thing too is, and we kind of, as Jump Back, sort of talked about on and off for years the idea of a lead singer. And now having a true frontman, a true lead singer, Jack and I get to play, and we don't have to take a solo wondering what the next verse is going to be, which throws you in all sorts of directions, and then you forget the verse, and then now you're standing there. So from that perspective, I am quite happy focusing on my playing and letting Paul focus on what he does best.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the music and the personalities down. So now, how do you decide what songs from each group you're going to perform?
Well, I would say that they listen to our stuff, we listen to their stuff, and we chose the songs that we wanted to do. They chose our songs, we chose their songs.
Well, you guys had just put out Jump Back had just put out a new album, and you had just put
Yep.
out a new album.
That's
Right.
basically what we're playing.
Okay.
That is what the newer
The newer
stuff.
stuff, yes.
All right. Any
Except for
old
cigarettes.
Except for
Right.
cigarettes and the Sting, I think it was.
Sting is new. That
Yeah.
was done
Would you
on
do,
the new
would you
album.
blow the roof and things
Blow the
like
roof,
that? For
right.
That was the
Yeah,
old
the
album,
first
and
album.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that I think, Wayne, you're going to have to answer because you were there, and I think you were there, Jack.
Where was I?
It was either after the 10th or 15th anniversary party.
I was there.
Rock on Radio. We were standing out behind Salty's in the parking lot
Yep.
after it was over, and the exact quote from you, Wayne, was, "Everybody keeps calling us a blues band. We're not a blues band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a rock band."
Blues rock.
And well, you know, some of your stuff did. I mean, you guys
sort of
covered a lot of
crossed.
blues
Yeah.
tunes.
The
and you-
blues is the roots of everything, anyway.
right.
well, this is so. Fish-Eyed Blues, just by its title in itself, was a blues band.
But we weren't.
Right.
More
Exactly.
denials.
They were in the same boat as us.
Say it, the thing is, the name pigeonholes you, but the music didn't. Right?
When we first got together, we were Jump Back Blues.
Yes,
And
right.
we cut blues out then on our own.
Right. Now, I know I can't speak for you, Paul, for you and Pete, but I know that you felt that restricted you,
Sure.
being labeled a blues band.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was all 145 shuffle land.
Okay. Now that's so how do you feel it restricted you, other than what you tired of 145 shuffle land?
It was, well, see, it was expected. It was expected that that's what you were going to do. Not for better or worse, but it was expected that that's what you were going to do. And then when we started to do what was natural to us, which was probably blues-based stuff, rock and whatever else we were doing, it wasn't traditional blues. So then we were told enough times, well, you're not a blues band. At some point, we were like, well, you're damn right we're not. We're whatever we are.
I think we formed out of it. We came,
Yeah.
jump back, formed out of a blues jam that was at the Blue Moon,
Yes.
where we all the three of us had met, and that was quite frankly, at this world, the simplest genre to kind of kickstart. And we've just, like I said, it's been 10 years, but yeah, that's kind of how it started. And I guess you guys as well, but much longer than 10, right?
The last album, though, we actually had a song WAB. We never put it on.
We didn't put it out.
because it was We Ain't Blues.
Right.
Well, like Blues in the Red, I was
Yep.
very fond of.
And that was a goof on that we're not blues.
Right.
You know, we're blues
Okay.
in the red. I don't know what that meant.
I don't know what that meant.
You're
but
purple.
it was that.
Well, you told me that it meant because you got the pedal to the floor. It's
That's exactly what
high-powered
it
blues.
means,
Yeah.
Could have been. Yeah.
Wait a minute, were we drinking when that
A
happened?
long time ago.
Sounds right to me. I think you're right.
So
I think the opening words to that, right? Am I right? Play the blues and I love them just fine. One thing's for sure, can't play them all the time.
Right.
Right?
Well,
I think
there you go.
that was the opening lyrics.
all right. So with Fish-Eyed Blues, I mean, you got blues in your name. So how do you avoid being labeled a blues
You
band?
gonna go back that far, Paul?
We were originally called Fish-Eyed Fool, and we were just a bar band. You know,
Okay.
playing all the covers from every artist that every bar band plays. And I was kind of tired of it, and I wanted to start doing original stuff. And I told Jeff at the time that I wanted to go more in a blues direction. So we just changed Fool to blues. We did some traditional blues on the first album, and we morphed into a heavier sound. But that's what we were going for in the beginning. And at the end, it just wasn't blues anymore. It was
that-
blues-based rock, basically.
Was that
Yeah.
before or after On Esther?
That was before Aunt Esther. Aunt Esther was, our logo was Aunt Esther for Fish-Eyed Fool. She was our mascot.
I think the next couple of months is going to really be interesting because right now we're in the process of putting together the whole show because we're really stacked with work in September. And we got to get through that. So we're pulling songs, covers. We have like 12 originals between the two groups, 6 of each, you know.
Where
that
are you
we do.
playing?
We'll get that list.
Let's go to the videotape.
Well, where I'm
list.
going with this is after we finish with that and we have some downtime, we're going to start collaborating on writing. You know, it's going to be more of us writing together.
Oh,
you know,
exciting.
putting the ideas together. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes.
I found the calendar.
Here's the
Okay,
calendar.
go ahead.
So let's see. So we actually do have a lot of work coming up in September. September 7th, we are part of the Riverdale Labor Day Festival. September 11th, we are at the Blue Moon in South Amboy. September 19th, we will be at Riley Park in Bradley Beach. September 20th, we will be with the North Jersey Blues Society at the Montclair Brewery. September 26th, we are at Fox Hollow Vineyards
That is in
So, yeah.
Holmdel, New Jersey.
in Holmdel, New Jersey.
Nice.
Okay.
So yes, we do have busy September.
You know who plays that brewery in Montclair a lot? Regina Bonelli.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Great
Sure.
guitar player, Livingston. Wayne, good player, man.
Yeah, she got a nice. I like her original stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
Too, very much.
We were supposed to play with them a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's right.
At a festival that got canceled.
At the festival down the Burlco Blues Festival, we were supposed to do that. That
Blues,
sort of
blues,
down in Medford.
Blues,
Blues,
and barbecue.
booze, and barbecue.
Blues, brews, and barbecue.
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, something went awry.
Medford, New Jersey.
They had to cancel
Saved
the whole
yourself.
festival.
That's a haul from my house.
It's a whole
Yeah, it's a haul from everybody's house, but something happened. They had
Didn't
to
you do
cancel
that
the
last
festival.
year, 2 years ago? Wasn't
Well,
that the
this
one?
was weekly. This
gar-
was a
oh.
weekly thing that they were doing.
Gotcha.
So it's
No.
crazy.
I thought it was Garden State.
No, it was monthly.
No, that was
Monthly?
the
Sorry, monthly.
Crawfish Festival.
Oh, I thought it was the Radio Garden State had something. There was
Oh,
a-
that was the Hot Sauce Festival
Oh, that's right. Okay, never
in
mind. Sorry.
on LBI. Yeah, I did that.
Hot Sauce Festival.
Yep.
That's right.
That's a hike from here.
Yeah.
The Hot Sauce Festival was on Long Beach Island, and that was pretty neat. And me and Mike, who is no longer with Garden State Radio, he
I
he
heard
had
that.
to step down for employment reasons,
Mm-hmm.
but Chris is running it now.
And we're still on
over
there,
there.
right?
We're still on Radio Garden State. Yep. So, well, why don't we do some music, What did you send us? What is
So
this?
it's all from a single performance live. We haven't really done anything in the studio. So this, I believe, all comes from the first real gig of ours, which would be Chubby Pickle.
The Chubby Pickle.
In the Highlands.
Friends of mine had to go to the Sandbox the other night. That's up there.
I heard that's nice. Yeah, that's round by the Pickle. I heard that's kind of cool by C Streak.
Yeah, something up. Yeah, somebody's 40th birthday party.
That's Atlantic Islands. Yeah.
Atlantic Islands, I think
Yep.
it is. Yeah, it's supposed to be really nice there.
Correct. So, which tune would you like Claire to play?
Dealer's
half-
choice.
half-
I think it's. I don't even remember what we said.
Half jump back and half.
Remind us what we sent.
Half jump back, half fish-eyed blues.
Okay.
Do I just move left to right? No.
Whichever you like is perfectly fine.
Well, the
Why don't you roll the
SIGs,
dice?
right?
And we all interpreted it, it was cool with the interpretation of their songs with us. I'm not Jeff, and, I tried it, he'd done some great stuff on the album that I thought was signature lines. So I tried to take those lines so not to take away from the song and it's honor of him too,
You know what? The late great Joe Louis Walker. Okay. I remember him telling me one time. He said, "You know what, Danny?" He says, "You know why I like to have new players in my band? Because I love to hear their interpretations of my song. He goes, sometimes it's like, wow, I never would have thought of that." And these new players, I give them total freedom to do what they want.
Yeah.
And he goes, I get to hear my music like it's brand new whenever I bring a new member into
Right.
the band.
Well, that's what we do as well.
Yeah.
We don't say we don't want you to play the song exactly like the record.
Right.
You have the freedom to do what you want as long as the signature parts are there. Play your instrument and do what you like, whatever you feel.
Make it work.
Yeah, make it
Well,
work.
that's the beauty of blues
You
music,
actually said it
just like
great,
jazz.
though. Paul had a good when we were rehearsing in the earlier days, and he was basically saying, these are our songs, but we're now a cover band covering our own material. And we were kind of interpreting their stuff. They were interpreting our stuff. Paul called me one day early on, and we were working on. I don't think we have it here, but
That's
it was,
my line anyway. By
Blow-
the way, he stole that from me. But
He
that's
stole it from you. So he stole it from Pete,
That's okay though.
but I didn't know he stole it from
That's
Pete.
okay, though.
So I'm going to
That's
credit
fine.
both of you.
The
But
That's okay.
band's first controversy right here live.
He knows he stole that from me though.
so where was I? Oh,
I can't take this. I'm out.
so blow the roof, which you know.
Where's a bunch of girls?
So Blow the Roof, which you know is an older jump back tune, and we were thinking of working on that, and Paul actually calls me one day and he just says, "So listen to this. I have this idea, but I want to make sure you're all right. Do you mind if I reinterpret? I don't remember what, like the vocal delivery of the song." No, not at all. He said, "Well, listen. This is see if you like it. This is what I'm thinking of." I said, "Sounds good to me. Let's do it." So little nuances like that. So the interpretation of the song changed a little bit, which is a good thing.
Correct.
They're unmistakable from where they started, but there's just different energy. After a while, if you're in a band, you're kind of trapped in this tunnel at how you see this song, and now, as people are saying, other people touch it, and it's the song, but it's the song now.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what did you choose for the song now, producer Claire?
SIGs, or is it cigarette?
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Tee it up.
All I
Tee it
see
up,
is
Paul.
SIG, so I don't know.
Paul, tee it up.
I got it.
There you go.
Tell her about it.
Oh, gosh. That's quite a story. I had an old girlfriend had knocked on my door one day and asked me if she can come
How old?
stay.
How old was he, or how old was she?
How old was she? Was she like
An
80?
ex-girlfriend. Let's put it
Okay,
that
there
way.
you go.
An ex-girlfriend had knocked on my door and asked if she can stay with me for a few weeks till she found a place. So I said, "All right, you got like 2 weeks. You can stay here, no problem." But at the time, I started dating my wife, Mary. So it was kind of a little bit of a conflict, but I didn't want to see her sleeping in her car out on the street. So she basically overstayed her welcome and never took rent from her or food. She had a place to sleep, a place to eat. She had, all these. And one day she asked me to please bring her home a pack of cigarettes on the way home. And I forgot. So when I got home, I read the riot act that I'm a narcissist and I'm selfish and how could you And I was like, I do everything. I mean, I don't understand. How am I a narcissist? I mean, I don't ask you for anything. So I called Jeff and I was complaining about this. And he just said, Paul, that's a song. So I took all the things that happened during that time and put it into the song, as far as like, drinking all my wine. Now she's drinking my scotch and all that kind of stuff is actually in the song.
America's Guest.
And America's Guest was stolen from The Odd Couple. Yes, it was. And that's how the song came about.
There you go.
Cigarettes.
And this is called Cigarettes.
Yes, it is.
All right, we're going to close the set up with a Fisheye Blues song off their second album. Hey, Paul, dedicate this to my brother, Jeff. Hey, Paul, mind if I smoke? To Jeff. I don't care if you burn. I wish I knew when this was gonna end. She used to be my girl, she used to be my friend. Dreading walking in my house, there she is laying on my couch. The situation
Got our dog pound like the old Arsenio Hall show.
Which brings me to the next question.
The name.
Why the name Working Dogs?
Wow.
Because they hated Shine Box.
So we were all on.
You wanted to be chime box.
We were all on a
Shine.
text one day
Shine
going
box.
back and forth. So what are we calling this band? What are we calling this band? So I don't know. I don't even remember the names that came across. It was crazy. So I'm walking around the house and I have an amplifier that's made by George Alessandro, and the model is Working Dog, and it says Working Dog right on the amp. So I was in the room and I said, "How about Working Dogs?" They were like, "That's it. Let's do it." So my amp was a Working Dog.
And that's it.
How do you guys? Over the years, we've all been in a lot of bands, right? One of the very first band I was ever in, which wound up being very successful, my mother flipped open the dictionary and just went like that. Oh, Valhalla means Viking heaven. We loved it, man. We had great T-shirts, you know. And so, do you remember how you picked
What?
band names?
Oh. Not really. I mean, it was just like my high school where I was like before that. It was funny because when I was 9 years old, I had a band called Dogs. And it was drums, organ, guitar, and singer. That's where it came from.
That's so
So
funny.
it really, I had like an
Wow.
air organ, like one of them air organs,
Right.
and somebody played guitar. I played drums, my Sears drum set, and we had a singer.
There you go. Bunch of
So
dogs.
it was dogs. It's pretty funny. You're full circle, right?
And my first,
We weren't working dogs. We were just dogs. But then it was Third Rail was the high school band. It
Oh, that's a good name.
was Third Rail,
Cool.
and we used to play in
My
Brooklyn.
first band was like I think I was 13 or 14, and it was 2 guitar players, a drummer, and an accordion player.
Oh my God.
And the
Those
guy,
are fun.
the guy played it like he was on a Hammond B3. He was a young kid. He used to, it was crazy. So we were called the Uncalled For.
Nice.
The Uncalled For.
What about you, John?
So the most one the one I could remember was JB Flyer, which would be Jack Jump Back also, if you want to get retro on that. But because there were 3 Johns and a Bob in the band.
Johnson and Bob.
It's a little obscene.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that one.
John and a Bob.
It was a cheap trick.
I didn't say Robert, I said Bob.
Bob. That's like Neil and Bob.
Yeah.
3 Johns and a Bob.
JB Flyer.
Where'd you play at? Like
So I was
Charlotte's
living on
Cat
Long
House?
Island.
The
Wherever
Blue
we
Oyster
had.
Bar.
I was in Long Island at the time, so whatever local haunts we played. We played along the beach a couple of times and stuff like that. It was a good band. It was a good
Okay. All right. Dare
band. The
I
marginal
ask?
lead singer.
Dare I ask, Paul?
We were called Stylin' Hard.
Oh my!
We were called Stylin' Hard. It was back when basically Guns N' Roses was coming out. We were a heavier band.
Jeff was with you then?
No, Jeff wasn't with me then. This is going back to like 90, 91. Jeff and I got together in 2004. And we were just a heavier band. And we said it was Stylin' Hard. It came up because it was like, he was the guitar player at the time, Chris Hand, was wearing something. It was like, wow, you're styling. He goes, yeah, I'm styling hard. I was like, well, it's the name of the band.
There you go.
That's just how it happened.
That's a good one.
Wayno?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this. I don't think I actually named anything. I joined bands that had names. Where I ended up the longest, and Jack was part of this at the end, was I joined a band that somebody had put together. Was a guy that was, I guess, the husband or boyfriend of someone my wife was working with. He wanted to put together a blues band, of all things. And he called it Lone Shark. I didn't think good, bad, or indifferent about it. I just, whatever you're calling it, it's your band. That's fine. 6 months later, he quit. But we had already played gigs. We had already done a couple of recordings. So it was Loan Shark, and it was Loan Shark for like 14 years with probably about 37 different members. But that's how Jack and I ended up getting together, and we had this Loan Shark band with no remnant of any Loan Shark that was ever thinking of it.
You were like the Beach Boys.
Yeah, it was like Al Jardine and nobody else.
Yeah, it's like Foreigner. There's nobody.
Kansas.
Yeah, just Mick Jones. Really.
We're gonna need a bigger shark.
The only
bigger
the,
boat.
Need a bigger boat.
the only other guy, member foreigner, that's been there as long as Mick Jones, just about. It's a guy named like their utility guy, Tom Gimbel. He plays sax, he plays guitar. Yeah, he does some percussion, does some background vocals. He's been there with the band probably 30-some years now.
Wow.
He's still with them? I don't think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. Jones isn't with them, though. He's sick.
That's like Kansas.
Well, he's
too.
been
Yeah,
sick.
Billy Hart, the only one left.
I spoke to Mick Jones a couple years back, and he said he was curtailing his touring, so he only does select shows with the band now because of health issues. So, it's kind of funny when you hear their lead singer Kelly
Hansen.
Hansen. Yeah,
Well, he's done too now.
he's retiring now
retired.
too, and he's been
Yeah.
with them for like 25
Yeah.
years.
He was longer than Graham was
He
with
was
them.
longer than Lou
Yeah.
Graham.
Lou
Yep.
Graham was a great singer, though.
Yeah.
Great singer.
Yeah.
They roll him out once in a while to sing.
Well, who'd you? I know we had this discussion when Fisheye Blues were here, but what influenced you as a drummer? I mean, what made you want to play the drums, and who did you? Whether we all want to say, "Oh no, nobody at all," but
Oh, I'm not afraid to tell
who
you.
did
though.
you model yourself after?
Peter Criss.
Okay,
Because there was
I
nobody,
remember that. I
there
just
was
wanted to
nobody
refer-
better than Kiss ever. Nobody better than Kiss.
and why is that?
Well, let's see. I got Kiss Alive with my communion money. It was.
That's a good way to spend it.
That was the
There's
great.
there's no oxymoron
No,
there.
there
Not at
isn't.
all.
No,
Not
it's
even close.
I got a little Emerson stereo for my communion, and with my communion money, I went to Sam Goody to go buy a record. We were going to the mall, and there was a display with the Kiss albums, and I saw Kiss Alive, and I'm like, that's it. And my mother was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "No, that's got to be cool." With the smoke on the front of the album
All
cover,
the makeup.
and it was like, I gotta have it. And I still own the album to this day, and they are the reason, hands down, that I started to play that band. And I was lucky enough to open for him, play with him, meet him, meet everybody that was ever in Kiss, except for Mark St. John. But that band still has even though they don't even own the band anymore, but that was always the reason to start playing. But then you grow and, different things, and the computer's talking to you.
They may be working now.
Yeah. You must have Wi-Fi.
We're gonna put a stop to that.
Yeah. And then, things as you start to grow and learn listen to different music and take things from different people, you develop yourself, and I think that's where we all take it from. But for me, the starting point definitely was Kiss, because they were larger than life, and I've probably seen them about, 60 times maybe.
Now, believe it or not, there were a lot of people who, over the 17-plus years I've been doing this, have come in and said the same thing, that Kiss was the
Yeah.
reason they became musicians. When I was a kid growing up, there was a young kid across the street, was a couple years younger than me, and he used to blare Kiss out all the time, and I just personally,
You didn't get it.
I
didn't get it.
never liked Kiss. Really don't. I mean, they got a couple tunes I can sing along to or laugh about or whatever.
That's because you come from the Zeppelin.
enjoy-
Yeah, he's a Zeppelin.
See, that's
Right.
the thing is that age gap makes a difference. See, the Zeppelin, the Sabbath, the Zeppelin, even Deep Purple, that was earlier, right? So the Kiss piece, I think it impacted like people that were born in like the late 60s era, like, or maybe mid 60s, as they started to get older. Like that was like larger than life because, Bonham sadly passed, right? But the people that were born late 50s, maybe early 60s, Zeppelin was definitely more of a powerhouse. It was out there, and it was Led Zeppelin, right? And that they influenced Kiss greatly.
I didn't get like, I never got glam rock either. I never,
The Dolls.
that
that
stuff
was-
just didn't
No.
appeal to me. And
David Bowie.
I mean, I'm sure not even David Bowie. Never a big Bowie fan. I mean, I appreciate some of the stuff that he's done, like
You mean
what
that
the
one?
heck is it? Space not what the heck's the one with
Ziggy?
Ziggy Stardust. I appreciate that album.
Great album.
I really do. But some of that earlier stuff, I just didn't get. But he was a morpher. He morphed in
was
from
chameleon.
From,
Yeah,
yeah,
did
he
a lot.
Yeah.
did a lot of different things. So
Yeah.
what was it for you, Jack?
Well, look, they're talking like he's a baby. What got me to say, "Oh, I have to play the guitar because that is just unbelievable." When I heard, I didn't know who it even was, but it was Jeff Beck and the Yardbirds doing "Heart Full of Soul."
Okay.
I was hooked. I was 65. I was 12 years old. I said, I have to learn how to play guitar. What a great song. You can do that song.
There you go. Do what you do with the working dogs.
Yeah.
way.
So that's what got me to going him.
So
I didn't
you
even
were a
know it
Beck
was Jeff
guy.
Beck until later in my years who it was,
I am fortunate enough, and have been fortunate enough, and I met him several times, and we've talked, and I've interviewed him multiple times. Jim McCarty.
Oh,
Okay.
great player.
And
I
he
gotta say
great
something
player.
about that one.
he told me point blank, he said Jeff Beck was the most talented out of anybody I ever worked with.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
He
Hands
said
down.
the problem with Jeff Beck is he was a rebel.
He's cuckoo.
He was like if they all looked at each other and said, tonight we're all going to wear black pants and a white shirt, Beck would show up with rainbow pants and something like totally out of.
He was renegade.
He was a rebel. He didn't want to conform. He didn't want to. He said, but as far as raw talent, Jeff Beck was. He said, listen, I got to work with three of the best guitarists that this world will ever see: Clapton and Page and Jeff Beck. And he said, and Page and Clapton are incredibly talented and they're fantastic and they're great writers, but for raw talent, Jeff Beck was
He's a real
one.
guitarist.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Better,
That's right.
better than all of them.
That's great guitarist.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, because I had talked to him, I think 2 months after Beck passed away, and that's what he came. That's I
McCarty was a great guitarist.
asked him about it. Yep.
McCarty's a great guitarist. When I was young, before I was even playing, so it had to be in the earlier 60s. I was probably 12 then, too, 12 or 13. And in Brooklyn, we had a place. We had the elevated subway, and there was a club called Club Under the L. It was on 73rd Street and Utrecht Avenue.
Okay.
Right? And I used to go there sometimes on a Friday night because no one cared where I was. I was on the streets. And I used to go by the door and listen. And sure as hell, it was Mitch Ryder and Detroit Wheels playing there.
Oh, no kidding.
Doing CC Ryder and, Devil Got the Blue Dress On. And I'm listening. I'm like, listen to this guy play. It's, yeah. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, great player. He played in a lot of great bands.
Yeah.
Cactus.
Yeah. Hey, those are good players. But Beck, I agree with you with Beck. Everybody loved Beck. Great guitarists today still stay. He's
Was a big influence.
Yeah.
John.
And then Jimmy came along
Yeah.
for me.
Hendrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him twice, and that was great.
Yeah. Wow.
So the least most referenced bass player of all time for me, because I saw him live in 1970 or 71, which would be Dennis Dunaway playing with Alice Cooper, which was just like Kiss, which was just wow, just a
Right.
wow moment. So I didn't try to emulate him. Afterwards, I would be probably more leaning into things like John Entwistle and John Paul Jones, and then James Jamerson, if you could mix all those up in the same sentence. There's people who move around.
Right.
People move around.
That they do. Paul.
I'd have to say Edgar Winter was probably my biggest influence
Wow.
in singing. Edgar Winter, and I'm a tremendous Steve Walsh fan from Kansas.
Okay.
and that's basically I wanted to do.
Hey,
They influenced you vocally?
Edgar Winter, absolutely. Tobacco Road.
Great song.
Tobacco
Great song,
Road,
yeah.
That's a good number.
1967.
I saw him do
Yeah.
that live at the cutting room.
And when I saw him actually do all that vocal work and Rick Derringer mimicking and going back and forth with all the lines and nailing them perfectly. And last time I saw Edgar Winter, he was doing lines for the drummer, the bass player, and they were mimicking everything he was doing. He went around the whole band. That was with Steve Luther playing guitar also.
another good
And
one.
that was
Call
an
and
amazing
answer.
show.
My guy.
That was quite an amazing show.
Living.
Yeah, Edgar Winter, Todd Rundgren, who basically has this, almost the same kind of style, as far as vocally. He was a big influence to me as well. And Chasm Sultan as well.
Chasm.
Yeah, Chasm. Love Chasm Sultan. Yeah.
Excellent. Wayno?
Rolling Stones, hands down. I don't remember where or when I first heard them. Maybe it was on like 102.7 or whatever the classic rock stations were, or the rock stations. And
Scott Muni.
Scott Muni, yeah, right.
Oogie doogie. I am the fifth Beatle.
But hearing the Rolling Stones is what said I want to play guitar. I don't remember what song per se, but just hearing that raw rock, blues rock really, but hearing that raw cutting sort of sound and just put me down the path of wanting to play music, wanting to play guitar. I got into the harmonica much later when I started looking closer at liner notes and saying, well, who the heck is Robert Johnson? And who's Muddy Waters? And where did all that come from?
Right.
And then I started noticing harmonicas being played in there and just picking it up and seeing if I can play around with it. But, I mean, these guys will tell you, I probably am the only one in New Jersey that owns a 5-string guitar, so we could play some of the stuff that we play. And that was all from the open G, Rolling Stones type sound.
Okay, which is kind of odd. Claire, when we were on our way here before we dropped your car off, I was flipping through, 70s on 7 on Sirius XM was on, and I just wanted to listen to it because for that hour or two, whatever, next 2 hours, it was, Casey Kasem.
Oh, the top
America's
Top
Top
40,
40
yeah.
Countdown for the week of July 10th, 1971. And number 36 or 35 was Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones.
Nice.
They had that and they had Wild Horses, both in the top 40 that week.
Wow.
And Brown Sugar, all I could think of was Art. You remember Art,
Absolutely.
right?
Of course.
We'd be in the middle, we'd be having a discussion like this, and all of a sudden I'd hear, he'd be playing it because I'd be like Pavlov's dog. But, so I thought that was kind of funny. All right, so now the big question.
Wrong Brown Sugar.
Time's up.
That ain't me. Now the big question is,
There's a lot of brown sugars out here.
how does that affect what you're doing now?
I don't know. I was a big thing. I took a little bit of this guy and a little bit of that guy.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. I think I have my own style on a lot of things, but I emulate all my favorite people. And I still, if I hear something, I'm like, how do you do that? And I pick it up right away, and I see where I could incorporate it in my everyday stuff.
But Pete does show up to rehearsal with makeup and fireworks. It's sort of
I
fun.
do. I
We
do.
have to calm him down a little bit.
I do. I come with my platform shoes sometimes. Yeah.
Dressed like a cat?
No, not a cat. I'm allergic to cats.
How about
He's a
cat
dog.
makeup?
It's a dog.
I'm a
Danny.
dog. I mean, I think over the years, just playing different things, and the Beatles. I love the Beatles. Like it's like opposite ends of the spectrum. When you like, when I was growing up, like even like early high school, I was listening to all that crazy metal stuff, Metallica and Slayer and Merciful Fate, like that, all that real heavy music, and you take that, but you listen to the Police and you listen to bands like that, and you just take a little bit from everybody, and that's what really it defines you as a player. But for me, the one thing that I always say is I play for the song. I don't play for myself.
That's it.
Yep.
I play for the song. And everything that we do as a group is very important to me that John and I lock in all the time. And I give them the opportunity to play and Paul to sing. And my job is, besides driving the bus, is just to keep things where they need to be and not overplay and play for the song and make everybody move a little bit.
Now, two things there. When we go to this next song that Claire's going to play, I'm going to tell you something Liberty DeVito told me once. Okay? That's number one. Number two, explain to our non-musical people, because every drummer says, I'm locked in with the bass player. Now, this could be why I've been fired from a couple of bands. I prefer to lock in with the guitarist. And I'll explain why.
There's been bands where I did that too. It all depends on the music.
And we do that at times.
Yeah, we do that at times too. Right. But mainly for this music and this band, for most of the songs, the approach is John. I'm sorry. John. Almost took you out, eh? So John and I have to make sure that.
Jack's like,
I can't help
I'm
it.
moving this.
I'm Italian. I talk with I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. I can't help it.
What do you call an Italian with a broken arm? Speech impaired.
That's right. So from how you explain it is, you have to lay down a bed for everybody to play over, and we have to be able to play together. So kick and snare, whatever he's playing, has to play together to lock in the tempo and the meter. And it drives the song.
It's a rhythm section, right?
Really, that's what
it's a
it
rhythm
is.
Section, so.
I mean, even bands where you see the drummer play, like Dream Theater, right? Mike Portnoy, incredible, right? But he still plays with the bass player. You know what I mean? You need the foundation to give you that bottom, to give you the foundation for everything to build off of. And there's times where we'll play a song where I'll play more with Jack than I'll play with John. But I'm still very cognizant of what he's playing. So it's...
Well, you have to be.
Yeah.
You have to be cognizant, and you got to make sure that your bass drum kind of
exactly.
locks in with him. But there's just so many accents and things that bass players don't hit that the guitar player does.
And sometimes we'll do that.
And that really make a big...
It's a feel thing. You have to know how to feel it and where to put it, right? Because if you play too much, then where does it go?
Right.
So it's just, the one thing I can say, we've all been playing a long time, and we're professional. We know how to do it. We rehearse, we practice, everybody does their homework, and everybody knows what their job is when we walk in and we play.
But I just forget things.
But that happens.
I forgot something at the beginning of the show, so what's that tell you? Well, all right, so why don't we do some more music? What do you want to...
I picked the last one.
What do you got?
I'll move on.
Okay.
Why did you pick that one, John?
Because I'm old and I could remember it.
Nice. All right, there you go. That's a good explanation for me. Here's Working Dogs live at the Chubby Pickle.
Yeah, this was a jump back tune.
Okay. That you
that we
are doing
sold
Working
theirs
Dogs Way. All
So
right,
we're
there you
covering
go.
it, yes.
Go ahead. There you go. Working Dogs here on Rock On Radio. And the song was called
I'll move on.
I'll Move On. That was off the Jump Back.
You know, we
Yes.
jump back to.
So with this new conglomeration, who's doing well in Jump Back? This main songwriters, right?
John wrote one.
I wrote.
Wayne wrote a few.
And
drummer
so
had
did
written- Emilio had written
Emilio.
songs.
Thank you. I was
Emilio
drawing a blank there.
He
I
wrote
know.
actually the Sting.
That's right.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm afraid to get hit.
Well, he wrote the lyrics.
Second date, maybe.
He wrote the lyrics to this thing.
Right,
I
he
think we
wrote the
talked
lyrics
about
to
that
this-
once a while back. That music existed with Jack and I and Lone Shark, but the gentleman that wrote the lyrics thought "Noose Around My Neck" was a better song.
So he's not with us
And
anymore.
he's no longer around. But that became the Sting.
Okay. So and in Fish Eyed Blues, I know Paul and Jeff.
Pretty
Yeah.
much,
Right?
yeah.
So how's it working?
We
this
didn't
time?
start yet, but we would. Paul and I were talking because I come up with something I have right now in the works. I have boxes and things. You know how many things you have. You know, but this one here is pretty interesting. I have an idea on words, but I'm not going to even give it to him. My idea on words. I'm going to let him take it and say, "What do you think?" Put words to it. Let's see what comes out. So
Okay.
we'll get to it.
So I mean, but now I know. I mean, you guys are all very well accomplished musicians, and I know that you all have the capability to write original music. But ultimately, it always seems to fall on the same couple of guys. And then it comes down, and you're like, all right, what do you got?
You know, the
What do you
base,
got?
the
What do you
basics
got?"
of the song come from one person or a combination of two. But I think it's usually a collective effort putting the structure of the song together and the ideas of how you want it to sound. It's all of us. We all add to it. Even when we were doing the so-called covers, you know, we changed things and we add things. You know,
And what kind of covers are you doing these days?
well,
I have a list. Gosh. Let's see if I can call up the list. What are we doing cover-wise?
Cover-wise, we're doing
Each
an
other's.
array of stuff. Yeah, each other stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
from Let's see. I'd call up the list, the Working Dogs list.
oh well, we're doing.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
doing
Oh Well, which was an old Fleetwood Mac,
Yeah, we're
Fleetwood
doing
Mac.
that
What,
right
too.
whose version?
Us.
Are you doing the
So it's
Peter
kind of a-
Green Fleetwood
Actually,
Mac or
no.
the?
Actually, we looked at the
Actually,
Rockets,
Rockets.
Okay.
Yeah.
and we took it from there.
Let's see. Looking Back, an old John Mayall tune. Just Got Paid is ZZ Top. Call Me to Breeze, Leonard Skinner. Can't You See? So, I mean, it's running the gamut. Some of it's blues. You know, we have some of the older stuff.
Going Down.
Hoochie Coochie Man, LaGrange. Going Down. The sort of Foghat-ish version of Muddy Waters, I Just Want to Make Love to You. So that kind
Further
of
up
stuff.
the road, Crossroads.
Having fun.
So you're throwing some classic rock stuff in there.
We are.
Well, that's for,
Yeah, a little
for the shows we
surprises.
have coming up. We have to fill the voids, so we put them together for that too.
Now, at the risk of having you guys leave here and say, "Man, Danny, what a jerk."
I would never.
Yeah, you would.
No.
If I say this, you might.
Try me.
But you do realize that list you rattled off is nothing but blues music, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
I
The
would-
very thing you don't want to be.
The one I would argue with you is I would say the Marshall Tucker Band is nowhere near blues. Can't you see? Is
That's
Yeah.
country blues.
yeah.
All
But
right.
that's where it's
So one out of 10.
I
Danny
just give
is
up on
just
it.
going to put the word blues after all the different ones. That's just a heavy metal blues.
Yeah, well, it could be. We
Black
could
Sabbath.
create that category. I mean, they have
That
like
was called Cactus.
they have yeah right. They and there they are on the wall back there. There's Carmine. There's
Oh, man.
what's his face?
He's my favorite
Alex,
rock drummer.
Not who?
Carmine.
Carmine.
Apiece?
Yeah.
He's my favorite rock drummer.
Why is that?
I don't know. He's just everything he's ever done. He's good at.
Okay.
Every band he's been in.
Everything.
It's good. It's always good.
Yep.
I've seen him
True.
in a couple.
And
of
now,
different
and
venues.
even now, the age that he is, you watch him play. It's amazing.
Yeah, he
Amazing
can still
how he
still
plays.
hammer it
Yeah.
out.
He plays
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he plays.
They just put out a new Cactus
Yeah,
record.
they
And
did.
It's fantastic.
I mean, he's got great guys playing on the record, but it's him, and he still plays, and he plays with authority. Right? That's really what it is. He doesn't lay back. He plays with authority. He still plays very confident because he knows what he's playing and he plays it. That's why, to me, he really is like an iconic drummer. He really is.
Have any of you guys ever heard of the Rock and Roll Chorus? Okay, Rock and Roll Chorus, and you probably may have seen them. Group of high school kids who recreate classic rock tunes using nothing but voice. No instruments, no percussion, nothing but their voice.
Wow.
That's cool.
And what's Joe? What was Joe's last name? Joe from the Rock and Roll Chorus.
Kantafa.
Kantafa.
They call him Kataf.
Right, they call him Kantaf. And Carmine Appy saw them somewhere because they travel up and down the East Coast, Midwest. Excuse me.
Claire, take over.
No, he'll pause. He'll cut this out.
Anyway. Edit.
Commercial break.
Edit here.
He's all choked up.
Yeah, we let this go.
Yeah, let's just
We don't
keep
say
on.
much.
No, nobody's
So-
calling 9. Claire's not even looking at 911
Hey,
or
that's tequila
anything.
now?
Nothing happening there.
Oh,
Nope.
It's
I can
normal.
tell you this.
No cell phone service. He's choking. We
She
have
won't be.
problems here.
She will not be sucking on my lips to bring me back either. I can tell you. You're gonna die.
Not my job description.
I'm the closest one, and you're gonna fall.
You're gonna die. I got bagels, so. Anyway, Carmine either they opened for a show he was doing, or they were at the same convention or whatever it was. Carmine liked them so much that he asked to play drums
Really?
on one of their songs, and that they don't
They don't have mute.
they don't
right?
have
Yeah.
instruments, and they actually do have a couple of CDs. So what they did was they said to him, "Well, what song would you like to play drums on?" And you know what he chose? "The Song Remains the Same" by Led Zeppelin. So
Wow.
if you ever hear their album and you hear that, that's Carmine on
That's
drums.
cool.
Carmine Appies. So God bless you. You all right? Should I call somebody?
I'm good.
Need
We
some
have
water?
No, we have no
Bagel?
service here. We're not calling anybody.
Unlike you, I'm fine.
Wow.
Burr.
The love is just, you could feel it in the air.
Feel
can't
the
you?
love. That's
Can't
what
you?
Elton John said.
It's only because it's
Can't you feel
gorgeous
the love
outside.
tonight?
You know what's. She must have told me. I think right there, that's about the 5th or 6th time now over the
So
last.
gorgeous outside.
Oh, gosh, it's so gorgeous. It's supposed to be so gorgeous on
Be a
Sunday.
Perfect day.
She's
We're
like,
stuck in a
she wanted me to
windowless
pull
room.
the plug on this
Nah,
on this event
I
today.
showed up,
Certain.
didn't I? I drove all the way down from my happy place to be here.
Oh, the happy
Yes.
place. All right, where were we anyway?
Carmen Appice.
Claire, we're not making you happy?
Oh yeah, no, I'm happy.
Thank you, Paul.
I'm happy.
Thank you, Paul.
I'm happy,
Paul to
but,
the rescue.
But if it was outside where it was a big window here with a breeze, I'd be okay.
I think you need Bruce to have some windows put into this place. A little boxed in here.
Well, they're on the other side.
It's a sound studio. I don't expect any windows.
So
Would
it's
make me happy.
soundproof. We have no cell service, and Danny's choking. This does not
Nobody
seem like
knows
a
we're here.
good thing.
No one knows we're here. That's right. And there's a garage
They could have
next
dropped
door.
a big one for all we know.
It's true.
As long as we've been in this location, there's only
3 times.
3 times where we actually heard something in the outside world.
2 thunderstorms.
2
and
were horrific thunderstorms, and the other were Black Hawk helicopters. Like,
we were like,
the world is coming to an end.
we run outside. They went right over top.
Wow.
That was amazing.
The whole place was like vibrating. Like, why are they so low? Like, what you do, Claire? But
They were looking for you.
didn't do it.
so several times, you gentlemen have said we're working on a stage show or a show. What is it that you're putting together that would be different from any other gig? Are you wearing spandex, John, or what are we?
No, I have a court order that says I'm not allowed to anymore.
Oh,
So this no,
it
it's,
came from that
yeah,
that
it's-
incident last year. I remember.
yeah. I said I wouldn't say anything either. Something about not doing miniatures. I don't know.
There's a gag order on it.
Oh, that's bad. So yeah, so what it means is that it's not pyrotechnics. It's just, I don't know. It's just doing it all, making sure the songs are right, as Pete would say, true to the music. So we want to make sure that if somebody's going to come see us and stand in front of us, that we give them the best show that we can give them based on the music that they're hearing.
Yeah. Okay. You hear that, Flash Pop Pete over there? You're not getting
right.
any flash
No,
pots?
no fire, no pyro.
No
That's okay, I'm good.
pyrotechnics.
No, our hope is not to burn the places
don't
down
wanna
that we
burn the
play in.
place down.
Please, there's these two brothers asked me to play drums for them. This is going back years ago. And we get to this gig at a local Elks Club, and I see he's got what I thought were stage lights, but they were flash pots on either end of the thing. And at the end of the first song, he lights them off. You never saw people running for the exits. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's crazy.
What was the band that burned the place down in Connecticut? Was it White Lion?
Great White.
Great White.
Great White. Great White.
Great White.
Yeah, Great White. That was a shame.
Yeah.
I recall that.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just a matter of honing your craft.
It's to get things
And make things move
tidied
on the
up
stage.
and just
No
know where
dead
we
time.
are and really just play off each other a little bit and be able to execute any kind of segues between songs and no dead space. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
We
Just
like to
keep
rehearse.
keep the show moving, but it's really all about being tight, right? It's all about
Exactly.
being tight and anticipating off of each other.
Tight
where things are
musically,
gonna
but
go.
loose on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're loose on stage so far. What we've done, it's pretty cool. You know,
There's
I've
not-
had actually people tell me, "Looks like you're finally having fun."
Yeah, we have a good
Yeah,
time.
it's
We
great.
actually have some laughs on stage
Yeah.
too.
There's nothing I hate more than to go see a band. And the band I'm currently playing drums for just as guilty. And it drives me insane. But then to go see a band and after a song, they don't go right into the next one. Or if the front man's going to say something, a couple things, within like 10, 15 seconds, they don't go into the next one.
Right.
Where it's like, okay, what are you going to do, guys? Especially if you had people on the dance floor. And people
You
are
gotta
out
keep
there
it going.
dancing. You got to
Gotta
keep
keep
it
it going.
going.
Can't have dead space.
Nope.
I think it not only makes you look unprofessional when you have dead air, or dead space, and your radio guy dead air, dead space, or whatever it may be. I think it's frustrating for the people in attendance. So before it gets away from us, let's do some more music. What do you want, Claire?
Well, we were talking about the Sting before,
right?
right? What was it? What did you say it was called before?
Noose Around My Neck.
Noose Around My
Yeah,
Neck.
that
Well,
wasn't
now
a
this
big
is-
hit.
So it's the Sting. So this is from the Jump Back album. So done the Working Dogs way.
Done the Working Dogs way. That's right. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. I am your host, Danny Coleman. Today we have a mishmash. We have a mashup of two bands who have both been on this program over the years, and now they're here together through a series of events. They have decided to mash up and become one. Fish-Eyed Blues and Jump Back.
Become one singular talent.
They're now the Working Dogs.
Singular sensation.
That's right.
Guys are like the amorphous blob that just moves down the street in Ambler. Oh, wait, that was Steve McQueen.
We're a
Sorry.
confluence of influence.
Hey, whoa, I
Ooh.
like that.
He's
I
using big
like
words. Imagine if your mom pointed to those words in the dictionary, what your band would have been.
that. Yeah, I would have said no. I would have said no. I would have said no. We're not doing that. Valhalla sounded tough and mean, and yeah, that's where you go once you die in battle. Hopefully not on stage. We all set, producer Claire? Or what song are we playing?
The Sting.
The Sting, right? Isn't that what we said?
Yep.
Thank
Yeah,
you
it
for
was.
reminding me. I'm old and decrepit.
The Sting.
Here's this Working Dogs version of The Sting.
Lost in the fog and walking through a maze.
There we go. Working Dogs recorded live at the Chubby Pickle in the Highlands. What's going on at the Chubby Pickle, man?
New owners.
Got new owners.
Fresh pickles. It's gonna be the skinny pickle now.
Yeah.
A gherkin.
Wow.
It'll be a gherkin now.
Baby dill.
They're going to be like them little corn on the cobs you get in Chinese food.
Yeah. Wow. Cornichon.
What a shot. This is, yeah.
There you go.
Careful,
Wow.
charcuterie's coming out next.
That's it.
I hope.
That's just a high class pickle, man. That's all
I
that
thought
is.
they were going to change to the little dingy, but
Didn't take.
Chuck Berry did a song about it.
That was his only number one hit, too. You know?
Him and his dingling.
Turtle Creek. So I hope these new owners at the Chubby Pickle succeed because on that waterfront, that's the only thing there. I mean, there's
there's
really
bars right next door, a bar down the street, and
It's got a good reputation for live music.
yeah. So hopefully they keep it. They
I've
keep
spoken
it
to them.
going.
They're pretty nice people. They seem like nice people. So I have to talk to them this week about what their venues are going to be coming up. You know,
Oh, as far
because
as,
I ran a blues jam there
right.
every month, so that's on the hiatus right now for the summer. I killed it for July and August.
No,
We're supposed
that's-
to resume.
That's smart
We're
because
supposed to resume in September. We'll see.
well, I actually there were a lot of times like I host a happy hour the first Thursday of every month, and I used to kill it for July and August because everybody was at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People are on vacations.
Right.
And, I'd get 10, 15 people show up, and then got to the point where parts of Trenton started to get bad. So just the fact that it was in Trenton, and the bar was an Irish joint called the Tiernan Oak. If you walked in the front door, you walked in from Trenton. If you walked out the back, you were in Hamilton Township. Because seriously, that's the way it was. That's right there on the line. But if you listed it as but its address was Trenton, so it started to scare a lot of people off. So when the numbers started dropping, I was like, it's run its course. I'm done. So I quit doing the happy hours there, and a couple of weeks later, I get a message from a friend of mine's, friend of my son's, her mother contacted me, and she was booking bands in the area, and she said, you should take your happy hour to the Nottingham Tavern. I said, I don't know, I'm done with that. Nobody's showing. She goes, no, she goes, I'm telling you, if you go to the Knot, you'll do well. So I talked to the owner, then was an Irish guy, and I told him I need to do it on a Thursday evening. And he said, no, I got darts. Okay. Well, then, it didn't bother me because I was done.
Everybody has darts.
About 3 days later, he calls me back. He says, all right, Sue convinced me to give you a shot on a Thursday. So I started doing it at the Nottingham Tavern on a Thursday. And all of a sudden, because that's in Hamilton Square, which is like 3 miles from Trenton, people weren't afraid to come out. I started packing the place. And then after COVID, they tore down, they bought out the building next to them, and they made it one big pub. And then they got a kitchen. So now it's like, all right, we're set. So first Thursday of every month, I'm there. But he kept the music in there, too, and he kept it going, and he had events like that. And he realized that darts are going to bring you the 20 guys or women that are shooting darts, and then once that 2 hours or 3 hours
They're
is
done.
up, they're out.
done.
Darts don't have fans either.
No, correct.
No, they have little fins and stuff.
They can swim. They're swimming darts.
Better than lawn darts.
Remember them?
Yeah, take a foot off.
Yeah. Used to play at night. And you would throw it way up in the air. Try to
And hope it didn't hit you in the head.
That's it. So, good Lord.
All right, so we're editing this portion.
Yes, we are. Not a problem. So,
There's some podcasters that have a cough button.
Yeah.
thought
A
you'd
mu- a
be
mute
holding it
button.
too
Now I
long.
know what to
Mute
get
button.
Danny for Christmas. A cough button.
Get me the easy button. will
That's
you?
it, the easy button.
I can mute you this way.
So, I guess now we all know that music has played a very important part in all of our lives. How important a part? And I only ask this because I've recently, as recent as yesterday, was asked if I would answer a few questions about the lack of venues and support for music these days. So how important a part? Because you guys, you have a niche. Sure, you're going to be able to play the Chubby Pickle, and sure, you're going to be able to play some festivals. And Blue Moon is friendly to the type of music that you guys play. How important are the venues to what you're trying to accomplish? We stumped the panel there.
No, you're making me think a little bit,
If you
though.
have to drag a PA, start there. If you're bringing a PA, then you know the place is going to be good. It's going to have nice people, but it's not accustomed to music. If there's a PA in the place already, it's a good start. I really would hope that people who have clubs would curate the clubs to want to bring people in to experience something new and count on the club to put a really good band in there on a Friday night or a Saturday night. So it becomes a destination for people to go to hear live music, whether they've heard the people or not before. I think that
Have a
would be
crowd.
Yeah.
You know, it's you typically it's with anything you do. It's like, yeah, well, how many people are you going to bring me? Did you open your business based on me? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's I don't get that whole logic. You know, and I know people, restaurant owners. Can I play here? Well, how many people are you going to bring in? What? I'm here to entertain your people.
The best line I ever heard, Jack, I was in a band called Mr. Lucky, and our bass player was a very tall black man named Mike. Had arms like I'm not kidding, his biceps, for those of you watching on radio at home, his biceps had to be the
This
size of
big.
That
like
big. It's yeah.
His biceps had biceps.
2 coffee cans, you know. And he took our press kit to a place in Ewingville, Lawrenceville, Ewingville,
Yeah.
out that way. And he took it out there, and he said to him, here's our press kit. We would like to have our band play here. And the guy says, same thing. Well, how many people are you going to bring? So my man Mike, and I love him to death, but he just looks at the guy and says, I don't know, don't you have any customers?
Exactly.
And the guy, of course, we didn't get the gig.
No.
But he's right.
He's
now,
right.
now I get that restaurants and bars, they have every one of them's got a slow night. So they want to bring in music,
to make up for that.
and they want the musician to,
bring,
at least
to bring, yeah,
To-
you-
bring
to
some
supplement
people.
the people, sure.
Now, and on the other hand, it's not your job to put people in his bar. The compromise, I guess, would be to help each other. But you see, the venues never help us. Every now and then, I love O'Connor's to death. When they first opened, once their dinner rush was over, 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever it might be, they were open till 1 in the morning. Now they're kind of they're down near Columbus. I don't know if you guys ever took 206 south towards Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot out there, farmland,
yeah.
so
There's
on
not
and so
much
forth.
going on.
Right, they're technically Mount Holly, but they're in the East Hampton section of Mount Holly, so they're closer to 206. So he said to me, I'm looking for something on a Thursday night. That's my slowest night. People are out of here between 8 and 9 o'clock. Can you put some music in here for me? I said, you want live bands or solo acts? He says, well, I don't want to spend $600-700 and $800 and not have, have 10 people.
Yep.
He said, so why don't we do solo and duo acts? And I only want them from 8 o'clock till 11. He says, after that, I can close at midnight. That don't bother me. Okay. So he puts on the marquee whoever was going to be performing there on that Thursday evening. Does really well. And we started in the summer, which was ironic, and he does really well. Well, what happens in September? The NFL starts up. So now there's no more performers' names on the marquee. It goes to, we have the NFL season ticket. We have Red Zone. All of a sudden, people don't realize there's music. And I'm like, Pat, you got to help me out, man. You got to help me advertise here. You took the name off the marquee. Now nobody knows there's music. And his response was, well, doesn't the musician advertise and so on? Well, yeah, but it helps if you do too, you know?
Sure.
And I don't think a lot of, like, he didn't understand. He figured, well, I'll just put something else. It's my marquee. I can put whatever I want on it. But when I explained it to him, and he's a really good owner. When he first opened, he wanted to have a New Year's Eve party in one of the rooms he's got there. It holds like 200 people. He wanted to have a New Year's Eve party. Can you get me a band? I get him a band. But he decided to do this in like the middle of November. And by the middle of December, he didn't have enough tickets sold to justify having a party. So he returned everybody's money. And he said to me, he goes, what's the band? I said, well, now the band's kind of screwed. He goes, no, they're not. Took out his checkbook, wrote a check to him for what they would have earned had they played New Year's Eve.
That's great.
That's cool.
So, not a lot of owners. Matter of fact, they used to do that years ago, but not now.
Today, no.
If live music is a second thought for your establishment, it's
They don't give a
that's
shit.
where you're going to be. That's what you're going to
That's
get. How much is it going to be? How many people are you going to bring? Places like the Chubby Pickle or the Blue Moon or Crossroads or these places, they're adapted to bringing in live music, and you just hope that they curate that differently and put the best bands they can put up. And a lot of us go to these places, and we put on a good show.
You keep the people there. I'm
Exactly.
keeping them here for you. That's
COVID changes this a lot too, because live music used to be a late thing. You
Now
showed up
it's
for
an
band
early
at 9
thing.
o'clock, not at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock when people are still eating. If you're in a place that has food,
Right.
If
Yeah.
you have a following in a certain place, like say Ocean County or whatever, you can't expect your people to travel an
On a
hour and a
Thursday
half
night,
on a
no
Thursday
less.
night or whatever,
Right.
right? And drive an hour away to see your band, drink all night, and then make that drive home. And a lot of the people that come see us are our age, so you're not getting a younger crowd. You're getting basically an older crowd who want to see the type of music that we're doing.
Young kids don't go out anymore. The demographic shifted.
It did shift, yeah.
The demographic shifted greatly.
Yeah, if we don't go out, the bars are empty.
Yeah.
So we try and find venues that have their own crowds, and that gives you a chance to broaden the horizons to those people and listen to a new band and catch them as a following as well.
I asked one
You
guy
know?
for a venue for Friday or Saturday. He says, well, again, with the people and everything like that. I says, I don't know. He goes, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you come in on a Thursday night, you play for nothing.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, I'll see how many people you bring, and then we'll decide if you can work on a Friday night.
Jolly
I says-
Rogers.
So I said to him, I says, okay, that works. I said, so the Thursday night that we play for nothing, you're giving out the food and the drink for nothing? And he says, well, no. So I said, so why the hell would I play for you for nothing?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I said, I know this conversation's over, but
Yep.
It's done.
That's what I started saying to the bar owners.
not gonna worry about it.
Would you give me a hamburger for free?
no wimpy.
Give it to me for exposure.
And then you get free
I can tell everybody you got a great hamburger.
You're not paying an act.
Right.
So you play your show, you don't get called back, even though they promise you that you're going to be called back. They don't call you back.
No,
And it's
they're
not
all
about
liars.
at this point, no, it's not about the money.
Yeah,
No,
that's,
no,
that's,
obvi-
see,
obviously.
It's not about the money.
The love of the music,
to
we love
springboard
doing what we
the
do.
direction you were going before, right? You were saying you were getting into like, why do we do it, right? Why do we do this? Because there's nothing better than doing this. If I could do this and only do this, I would quit my job tomorrow.
I think all of us
Because
would
this
do
is
that.
this is a passion. So that's what people can't understand that
Yeah,
aren't musicians.
no, they don't.
See, people that aren't musicians don't understand when you explain things to them that what this is about. This is something that burns inside you that you never lose.
Right.
From when I was a little kid
Yep.
till right now, it's never ever dissipated. It's always been there, and it's that thing, and it's that unspoken fire inside you that has always made you push and push and push, and other things in life come from that too, right? How you succeed in your life, but growing up and playing in bands and wanting to be famous, right? I want to be famous. I want to be a rock star, right? Because that's what every kid that plays music when they're young, they always want to be a rock star.
And old.
Yeah, but you want to be a rock
No
star,
one
right?
wants to be old.
You know what I mean?
Just you
So like
are.
like
You wanna
you
get
you
old,
take
though.
you take that passion and you bring that across your whole life, right? But the thing is, you never lose it. It stays with you forever,
It's part of you.
and you can't. And it's just when I go out and play, I want to play. I want to play well, and I want to make people. And again, I'm not out to impress anybody. Because listen, I want you to like the band, not me. There's so many shows we play. I'm in the back. I play the drums, right? Most people don't even know who I am. I sit in the back and behind everybody. After, oh yeah, you guys were great, whatever. That's fine. I don't need any props. All I want to know is at the end of the night, you guys were great. You guys were good.
How the
I
actual
really like the
band
band.
sounded.
That's what I want. Somebody could turn around and say, "Oh, you're like the greatest drummer." No, I don't want that. I want somebody to say, your band is really good, or you guys were great, or I really liked you guys, and I'll come and see you again. That's what it's about. And that's, I think, what drives us and the way we approach this band.
We play for the song too.
Yeah. We approach this band as we play together as a unit. Nobody's here flashing balls, right? It's about playing together, playing, off of each other, and enjoying the time that we have.
And we all feed off each other as well. If somebody's doing something really great, Jack's doing a great solo, I mean, you're getting into it. Wayne's killing these notes on the harmonica. We get off on that, We don't expect him to do it, but if he's doing something special like he did at the Chili Pickle.
Which way did he go? Which way did he go?
He got up on a bar stool. We were looking for him. He was wireless. It was like, where's Wayne? He's up on a bar stool blasting the harmonica. And it was cool. So we really feed off each other.
Yeah. And
Somebody stop that guy
yeah,
before he
you-
jumps.
if he's looking around and I'm out up there somewhere,
Where's your
Sean's
parachute?
pointing at him, and I don't think I have the insurance to cover standing like that anymore. But you know what? You also made me think of something too when you first started the conversation. It started running through my head. I could probably name more true live music venues that have closed than I can name that are currently
That
They're
actually-
open.
currently
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
Which is part of that whole issue. And I'm not talking about places like when Jack and I do our duo thing and we're in the corner of a restaurant or whatever. I'm talking about like
We laugh at that.
Yeah.
That's another thing altogether.
I'm talking about like places like the Saint, which just had an article about how it's now open as a bodega. I'm talking about what's that?
That's an ice cream store.
Was it an ice cream store?
Maybe people were unclear on what it was.
Looked like
Perhaps
an
it's
ice cream-
perhaps
the
it's an ice
front-
cream store.
The front of the
It's
door
pink
has,
on the inside now.
It's
though,
pink.
so-
It's very pink,
yeah.
and it used to be very CBGB-ish.
Yes,
Yeah.
very serious.
Yeah.
But places like the Saint are gone. Places like the Fast Lane are long gone. Places like the Headliner and
Brighton Bar.
Brighton Bar,
Brighton Bar, Headliner.
music
Yeah.
venues.
First
And the
Hill.
other big venues,
Hill, yeah.
they
Wow.
Search Hill.
Art Stock,
Art Stock's Playpen.
Playpen,
The pig
on
pen.
35.
Then you got places like the Stone Pony that want you to sell tickets, and you're like, I'm not going to call people and say, look, you want to buy a ticket to come see my band.
Yeah, it'll cost you money to play there.
Right.
Yeah.
You wind up buying the tickets yourself just so you can hand them something.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
it's and I know people who are, oh yeah, that's great, and then he'll give them 50 tickets, they'll sell 30, and then they turn around and buy the other 20.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Well, that's stupid because when they only 30 people show up,
Right. Where'd the other 20 go?
Right.
you know,
And how many bands are the same band, just different people? They play the same songs every weekend at every venue, the same songs.
Yep.
You know,
It's
it's-
over.
Who doesn't like Highway Star? But I'm just sick of hearing it.
that's why I hate Nashville. Got no bones about saying it on the air either. I went down Broadway, and I've been there twice. Went down Broadway in Nashville the first time. All right, it's pretty cool, and but you go into these venues and you hear the same songs in all the venues. Second time I went there, it was so bad. If I hear Jolene one more
Oh my
time,
God, I was going to say that. Every woman is singing Joel.
And then you got Brown Eyed Girl, American Girl, and Jersey Girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like enough.
or Living on a Prayer, and I wasn't even in Bon Jovi's joint.
Listen, and
it's-
the crowds love that stuff.
yeah.
We're just not for that. I'm not. I would just
But you start at somewhere like if you go there and you start at somewhere like Tootsie's, all right, you got to go like all the way up to the third floor to see the performer with the acoustic guitar playing country music. Otherwise, downstairs you got the guy with the Telecaster. Every time somebody comes in the door at Tootsie's, he has to raise it up so they can walk under it. Otherwise, they're going to walk right into it. And they're playing classic rock stuff.
Yeah. Well, that whole scene changed.
Yes, it's all classic rock stuff. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I like classic rock, but I don't want to hear it in
live
every
jukebox.
single bar in Nashville.
and they're too. They're all live jukeboxes. That's it. They are.
Yeah, it is. How much time do we have left, Claire? We got time for another tune? All right, let's do the last tune here, or
What's the
next to
one we
last.
got?
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
Roll the
It's
dice.
a Fisheye Blues.
That's a
tune.
Fisheye Blues tune.
Okay.
That was on the Fisheye Blues 3 album.
Okay.
Are you on that album?
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is.
All right. Well, here is the Working Dogs version of Fish-Eyed Blues tune, Roll the Dice. There they are, the Working Dogs here on Rock On Radio. I haven't asked you guys this because I'm not sure if you guys have any of that, but do we have any kind of website or social media or anything for this band yet?
So if you want to take a look at us, we have a press kit that's workingdogslive.com.
Okay.
We do have a Facebook page,
Yeah, it's
Instagram.
Working
Oh,
Dogs.
so you do have
yeah,
all this.
Working
We're
Working
all-
Dogs Band NJ, I think, is the Facebook page.
Oh, all right, good. Now, again,
Instagram, Facebook.
Yep.
all right, you have gigs coming up. Let's get them out there.
So September 7th, we're doing an outdoor street fair in Riverdale, New Jersey for JC Promotions. September 11th, we'll be at the Blue Moon. September 19th, we'll be at Briley Park in Bradley Beach. September 20th, we're doing the North Jersey Blues Society at Montclair Brewery, which is a great venue to see a band. And the 26th will be at Foxhole Vineyards in Homedale, and that starts at 2 o'clock.
So you guys
Weather permitting.
No, that's
We have such a
Oh,
great
yeah.
history of that place. Every time we
Yeah.
play there, it pours.
It's going to rain on that
somebody
day. I
almost
hope not.
So essentially, you guys really kick off as a band in September.
September, yeah. We've done a couple of
Couple
gigs.
weeks.
yeah, we've done, I think, 3 gigs. We
Three
did
so
some
far.
Blues Foundation stuff, Harp and Help. We did.
That's usually in April or May, isn't it?
Yeah. That was our first set was Harp and Help. We
and
did
then
the Chubby
Blue
Pickle
and the Blue Moon
Oh,
20th
right.
anniversary.
Blue
Yeah.
Moon anniversary show.
And,
was,
then,
yeah.
and Chubby Pickle.
Yep.
Okay, well
We did
that's
3.
great. That's so you're working on some originals, and you'll be.
Like I said, I have a new one in the works. I'm going to send it to Paul to figure out some lyrics to it.
Will there be any recording studio in the next?
We haven't started that yet. Maybe
No?
after September we'll probably start thinking serious about what we're doing. Start putting songs together.
Well, where'd you record your stuff, Paul?
Retro Media in Red Bank.
And you guys recorded with Joey,
Surefire,
right?
yeah, Joey.
Uh-huh.
The first CD we did
At Retro.
at Retro.
Okay.
The Blues in the Red was done at Retro.
All right.
And we
Where,
did all 3 albums in at Retro.
where is that located?
It's directly across the street from the Count Basie Theater.
Really?
Upstairs.
Yes,
Upstairs.
Right over the
Upstairs.
Mexican
Over
restaurant.
Over the
Yeah.
Mexican restaurant.
You know where the
across
mural
Oh,
is?
okay.
The mural is of Count Basie?
Mhm.
That's the studio upstairs.
There's
Okay.
something about studios that they're all up these crazy
Surefire
staircases.
is the worst, man. I love it.
Surefire, if you can make it to the studio, you're a
It's
winner.
3 floors. You got to walk up.
How many?
3,
2.5. Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
2.5.
Gosh, got an elevator?
No. But once you get up there, it's great.
It's a great studio.
I know you guys have recorded all your stuff there, right? Peter V records his stuff.
Yeah, he
there?
does.
A lot of people use Joey.
Johnny
over there.
Fernandez right now.
Yeah,
does
Billy
that.
Penn.
Billy Penn. Them guys have been a little busy. Also, I see.
I guess. Yeah. Billy Penn. He has a couple of gigs he's been doing.
And the outside drivers or
Inside
inside
drivers.
He
drivers.
plays down South Jersey a lot.
Yeah. He plays at that Hootenanny place. What's that place called?
I don't know, but it's in like Millville.
I can't remember what it's called. It's like
To what? At Albert Hall?
Yes,
Yep.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's a where
it's like,
town?
it's like every version of Hee Haw.
That's down.
It's by LBI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
West.
Let me tell you something. I
What's
took
that
my
mean?
father to a lawyer's office in Hazlitt a while ago, and I thought to myself, this is going to be horrendous coming home, the traffic. Jersey Shore, Friday afternoon it was, right? And I'm thinking, well, this ain't too bad. Not too bad. Then I hit Red Bank, and it became a crawl from there all the way down to almost to the exit where we had to get off for Tom's River. It's like, no wonder why everybody that lives here actually can't stand the summer. All right, guys. Well, we have to. We got to wrap it up, man.
Thank you
Always,
so much.
Thank
you.
you as always.
Thank you, Danny and Claire.
always a pleasure hanging with you guys. You know that I love every one of you, man, and it's, you guys are some of my favorite people in this business.
Thank you. Same here.
And it's a business. Thank you, sir. It's a business that we know could be very difficult.
Tumultuous.
Full of that's
That's
a
like the
good
fourth
word.
big word.
Good
of the
word.
day.
Look at Jack. We got synergy and
18.2.
tumultuous. Woo! Can't even use
I
those
can't
in a
spell it,
sentence.
but I-
That's right. There we go.
Don't forget Valhalla.
Viking heaven. Yeah. Undum Gleben Mountain Glow. All right, guys. Well, good luck with the working dogs. Yes,
you.
give yourselves a hand. Good luck with the working dogs, and I know you'll rip up September. I might be able to get out to that Riley Park one. That sounds like a
Cool,
good,
man. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
That's always a nice night.
Yeah, it's a
sitting
nice
there
day.
in Bradley Beach. So,
That's a 2-hour gig. We play straight through. Yeah.
right, good. Until next week.
Rock on.